So the Phoenix Rising just let go of their coach, Danny Stone. And I mean, that has to be utterly shocking because, guys, Phoenix Rising are not that bad. They're not that terrible. I mean, it took El Paso Locomotive forever to get rid of their head coach. They were in last place, and the Phoenix Rising are in mid-table. So this was an absolute shock. And so I'm going to be breaking it down in this video. But thank you guys for tuning in. This is the USL Insight, where we talk about the USL Championship. And if you're a fan of the USL Championship and want to see it grow, please give this video a like. It really helps out with the algorithm. But with that, let's get into it. So Danny Stone became the head coach of the Phoenix Rising ever since Juan Guerra left to become the assistant coach in the MLS with the Houston Dynamo. He got his big break. This is the first season with being, the head coach, and they had just won the championship last year. So it was exciting. It was exciting to see because you thought this team was going to do well. But unfortunately, the last 6 games, they've only won 1 game. But still, like I said, this team is not in terrible shape, I would say. It's not a team that is like, oh my gosh, at the bottom of the table, we don't know what we're going to do. So this was very big. This was huge when it came out, and it's a shock. It really is. So it kind of makes you wonder why they decided to let go of him. Why did they decide to, move on from him? Because the signs for, the game, they weren't there. There's really nothing on paper, or I guess you could say the overall outlook of it, because when this broke out, everyone was shocked. Twitter world, their supporters group, other YouTubers, other podcasters talking about this news. It was utter shockness. It was something that was so surprising. It came out of nowhere. It really was a question of, was there something going on internal? Hey, who knows? Danny Stone might become the next U.S. men's national team head coach, and the timing was perfect. Phoenix Rising got rid of Danny Stone before U.S. men's national team gets rid of Greg Berhalter. I mean, that is something right there, because the U.S. men's national team are terrible, and Phoenix Rising is mid-table. So something that could have been, a possibility is, they freaked out. The front office freaked out and said, hey, we expect it to be a lot better than where we are right now. And unfortunately, it's not panning out. So we want to move on. We feel like there is enough time to turn this team around and to be able to compete and hopefully get into the conference finals, or maybe the playoffs if they were thinking that they weren't even going to make it there, or ultimately win the championship again. But typically what happens, everyone in sports understands that it's super hard for a team to win back-to-back titles. You lost Danny Trejo, and Danny Trejo was a big part of Phoenix Rising's success last year. And so that was a huge impact, because right now it almost feels like they really don't have a striker who is scoring goals consistently for this team. You could argue Cabral, but I mean, still, every time I see him play, just watching from the outside, it seems like he's kind of like that the cherry picker striker. He doesn't really do a whole lot, in my opinion. It doesn't look like he's hustling super hard for the team. Maybe a Phoenix Rising channel can break that down a little more thorough, but that's just me. That's just how I see it. And so, it's not all on Danny Stone why they're not at the level that they feel that they should be at. And it's because of, that missing piece, and that hurts. What could happen now? Who are the possibilities of the head coach coming in? Like, does Phoenix have an eye on somebody already? I mean, I don't know. Someone I would wish to have an opportunity, Hugo Perez. I would love to see him get a shot in the USL Championship. Maybe they could get Neil Collins, who used to be a coach here in the USL Championship and went to Barnsley, but was recently let go, and he was successful here in the championship. So I don't know. There's different ways to look at this, different things that could happen. But yeah, the bottom line of all of this is that it was absolutely out of nowhere. When I saw this, I couldn't believe it. It's interesting because Orange County's coach, he was also let go to go get an opportunity to coach over in Denmark. And that was interesting because I'm not sure really how I feel when coaches, leave a team mid-season to go somewhere else. It's like you work so hard here, and what about the guys? What about the team? What about the community? Why would you decide to leave? And I understand, right? Over there, they play at a different schedule than here. And so the opportunity has presented itself. It's an off season over there, and you get to work with new guys, and the season is going to start, so you can build up that team that you want to have. But it's like you're doing so much here. The players are working really hard for you, and then you just leave. I understand the principle of, these coaches. They're always looking. Your job is not safe. Your job is not guaranteed. And if you're not performing, right? So if a bigger team says, hey, we really like you, we think you're a good fit here, I understand, right? This opportunity might not present itself again. And you always want to increase, you always want to get better in the totem pole. So I understand that, but it just sucks as a fan of this league. For someone to say, I don't want to be here anymore, especially mid-season. especially when there's still so much work to be done. It's almost like you're grinding so hard with the team, and then you just say, well, you guys, I'll see you guys later. I'm going to go do something else over here. And it's like, well, what happened here? So in that aspect, I think it sucks. I really do, because I want this league to be successful, and I want this league to surpass other ones, where I want what's happening to the USL Championship, where coaches and players leave for something better, for it to be the opposite, where coaches and players are leaving other leagues to come here in mass droves. We'll get there one day, because it is growing. Yeah, this was the past week was crazy with coaches. The news of, you had 2 of them that are leaving, and I'm sure, guys, we're going to see more. It happens every season. Honestly, a lot of respect to coaches, because it is a tough job. It is a job where you are on the hot seat pretty much almost every time. If you're not producing, talks, murmurs, the stress, the buildup, it's all there. It's all on you. So we shall see what happens. What is the future of these 2 teams, Phoenix and Orange County? And yeah, we'll see who gets that opportunity to be able to be the leaders of these teams. But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please drop a comment, share your thoughts with me, and I will see you guys all on the next one.